sense.
So that brings me to another point that I want to explore with you all, and that is being in the flow. You know, so scholarship says that flow is when you're performing and you're in this complete state of absorption. You lose sense of time. Everything comes with ease, lots of ease, and it's just perfection. It's a real state of being, right? And so I wanted to just explore that with you and how your experience with being in flow, and do you see that as also a spiritual practice?
Absolutely. May I start with this one?
Yes, yeah.
So absolutely. I use a lot of different practices, and have found my favorite is affirmative prayer to start even before a show or whatever it is. I just speak it, have this request, and then enter this state of what I call alignment, where I feel like it expands your awareness, where you're more aware of the subtle information, right? And then it's easier to feel one and connected with whatever's going on. And so to me, that's flow state, where the magic happens, and I'm just whatever's going on. It's almost like I'm bringing through this higher frequency of energy through my performance, right, and through the music. And even if there's some sort of egoic concern coming up, like let's say I'm playing and I'm like, oh, the monitor sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
I'm still able to do that, expand into the higher part and bring that through and let that be the cloud, that passes. Like, okay, and just get out the way and let this intelligence, let this intelligence do its thing. That to me is how I describe it. But I experienced it when I was touring the world, doing the rock thing and my band, and we would feel like this one cohesive thing where we're energetically communicating, knowing where the other person is going to go, and we would do improvisations when we jam and stuff, and to me that's a form of flow as well, and alignment.
Yeah.
But it's recognizing the other as an extension of self.
Yeah.
Right?
The interconnected.
The interconnectedness, yeah. So it's collapsing the separation. So we're performing as this beautiful unit, and you feel it, and it feels so good. It feels like love, you
Well,
just
that's where
jamming.
we're all lucky, being professional performers and
Yeah.
institutional or church performers, spiritual
Right,
performers too, because we're used to working with other musicians,
Yeah.
and we've been on the circuit a long time. We know basic music etiquette, and a lot of things just come naturally to us to listen to each other and to learn to be comfortable and confident with what other people are bringing. And in a lot of church situations, you're with musicians that don't have that confidence, and they're very novice musicians. And as a music director, you are kind of required to cross that boundary and allow other people in to play and express themselves that may not be on the next or on the same level. But there are levels.
Not used to the flow state.
They're not used to the flow state, and they get caught up in their thing. And I'm saying I get caught up in my own thing quite often still, even after all these years. But there is always a confluence of energies, and so it's, as a leader, I think some of us have more of a leadership and ministerial skill too. And so, we're part of making sure that everyone, hey, just relax, it's okay, we're just here to have fun. And we're kind of charged with helping the collective flow happen.
And would you agree that it's our personal practice, not just on the instrument playing the songs, but that personal spiritual practice that actually allows for the flow state?
Your
and allows
mindset,
for
how
us to
you're
get
showing up with your mindset
Yeah.
and expecting your,
Yeah,
absolutely.
something like entrainment, right? Because you show up.
Just knowing, just
Yeah.
always knowing. And that some people call that faith. Some people call that intuitiveness. And it's just creativity, and it's, just knowing.
There's so many tools, and you have to use them. I have a little grip master, they call it. It is to allow the hand to work, to build muscle. Guitarists use them a lot,
Yeah.
but I use them on the piano sometimes when I had stage fright.
Oh, nice.
Some of those more intense settings, I would just put it off to the side and use it while somebody's talking or something. And by the time I get get to play, my hand is relaxed because it's warmed up.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's
And so that's one thing. That's the more immediate. But even before that, in the morning, if I'm not treated, if I'm not prepared mentally and spiritually and physically, either through, I have lots of practices. It takes a long time. It's like my toiletry bag is a lot bigger than my suitcase now as an older woman, and my spiritual practice
You have all
takes
your
a
essential oils.
lot more hours. And, I take about 3 or 4 hours to pray, man. I got Tai Chi, I got to walk, I got to do all these things. So that I can be grounded and available for you when you're, when we're there, when the it's running, the camera is on. So that's what I did today, So, and it works. But my Tai Chi teacher would say, collapse is not the same as relax. Don't collapse. Relax. And it's like, it's been so helpful for me as a musician, and to see novices, to use that word, they just get, I see my singers off sitting in the pew during meditation. It's like, no, don't go there. I need you now. Please don't go. Don't go so deep that I can't. You're singing right now. You're next.
That's funny.
10, 9, 8, 7, and I can't even
That's
get
hilarious.
the attention. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
Don't forget that you're on. And so for me, I'm such a feeler. I will go deep, and I won't police my emotions so that I start crying during a song. It's like, oh, God, here we go again. So I'll have cycles. Some years I'm fine, and then other years I'm like, I fall apart because I feel the room. And right now our country is going through so much with the politics, and I'm feeling, so when I start to break and speak of healing and love in my songs, they feel it, and then they give it back to me, or I guess, and then I'm like, oh, hold on, you're ministering. So
Absolutely.
let yourself be present for that as a healer, rather than being sucked into the emotions that sometimes can just, take you down, ugly cry. Come on now. The song I'd like to share is entitled "A World That Works for Everyone." What a great idea, right? So this song is a closing song that I currently sing every Sunday in the church that I am a music director at. And it's just so fun. It has a great beat to it, which is a cool thing too. And the community is always lifted up when we sing this. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, there it is. Ooh, yeah. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. We see all people, all beings as expressions of God. We see a world that works for everyone. Oh yeah. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. We see all people, all beings as expressions of God. We see a world that works for everyone. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. We see all people, all beings as expressions of God. We see a world that works for everyone. We see a world that works for everyone. We see a world that works for everyone. Everyone.